Hi Scott, how can lawyers take care of their body and their mind for optimal performance?
Well, that's a very important question. How can we take care of and attend to our mind and body in ways that facilitate optimal performance and a real sense of well-being? I think that when we think about this particular area, it's important to reflect on the variety of pieces that come together. Sleep, exercise, nutrition, community, and a contemplative practice. These are the pieces that I think are relevant and speak very much to the ways that we can enhance our quality of life and our health and well-being of our mind and our body. Now, I think that what's interesting about the contemplative practice mindfulness that I'll speak to for these few minutes is that it's no more important than sleep or nutrition or exercise or community, which would be friends and family, for example. But in some ways, the things that can get in the way of being with friends and family, of eating well, of sleeping well, of exercising, all of which we know are important to do, and you've read a lot and you've learned a lot and you've heard a lot about these various areas. So in many ways we don't need to necessarily learn more. It's that we're having trouble, or at times we have difficulty engaging in these very, very important parts of what it is to be healthy and to live a meaningful, fulfilled, and connected life. The contemplative practice of mindfulness, as one example, I think can be very helpful in having these others fall into place. So that when we're feeling a sense of urgency, like I don't have time to exercise, or I'm feeling that impulse to eat, and just to eat something now that's salty or fatty or sweet, that we have something, a tool that we can draw upon to steady us, to provide a little bit more of a sense of balance and the capacity to pause before we engage in or avoid that which would be unhelpful or helpful, and thereby make better and more fully informed choices. A practice that I'll suggest that's a very short mindfulness practice is called stop. And while I encourage you to learn more about mindfulness so that you can maybe draw upon a 5 or a 10 or a 20-minute practice each day, as that can be a very meaningful way to develop a strong foundation in the practice of mindfulness. Even something as seemingly simple as stop, an acronym for S, stop, T, take a breath, aware of the breath, O, observe, oftentimes observing what's taking place in the chatter of our mind, a busy mind, the feelings going through the body, antsiness, frustration, anger, and the sensations in the body, a tension, a tightness, a simple and direct knowing in this direction would be observing. And then to proceed, proceed with whatever else is going on, whatever you're about to embark upon. This short mindfulness practice, I think, could be very, very helpful as it relates to sleep, as it relates to nutrition, as it relates to community, as it relates to exercise. Because this short practice, if you bring into those moments when you feel yourself not necessarily moving in the direction you'd like, this pause, what oftentimes I'll refer to as a but-for pause, creates the opportunity to take stock, to recalibrate, and perhaps to move a little bit more in the direction of that which you already know is in your better interest and would be more helpful and useful all the way around. So we stop or pause. We take a breath. Aware of the breath. Take this breath, aware of this breath. Notice what's a little different when you're aware of the breath. We observe. We don't do anything to fix, we just observe. It helps facilitate that quieting of the mind and body. And then we go on and proceed to do whatever it is that's responsive and called for. So I think that exercise and nutrition and sleep and being with friends and family and having a sense of community are all extremely important, pivotal, to be able to have a mind and a body that's healthy and engaged and facilitates optimal performance. And I think that the mindfulness practice is one tool that we can draw upon, one way of being that can help bring about more of that which we already know is good for us and important to bring into our lives, personally and professionally.